I believe the Premier League has kept its promise in relation to our existing solidarity fundings, despite losing all of the money, revenue that I've talked about. We have made good all of our solidarity commitments of £110 million both last year and this. We worked with the EFL to forward that funding to keep clubs in funds, and the same goes for community and youth funding, development funding to EFL clubs, totalling £90 million both last year and this. And we have gone further. In a broad offer to the EFL, we've said that no club need go out of business for COVID-related reasons during the season. And that should provide significant reassurance for EFL clubs and also hopefully this committee. That's £50 million in League One and League Two grants and loans, which is available now. And we've been discussing with Rick and his team a wider offer to the Championship clubs that goes to those clubs that need it. The Premier League is engaged and wants to seek resolution, but there can't be a blank cheque or an underwriting of losses. And we believe our proposal is appropriate, goes to the heart of the problem, and is indeed consistent with government policy in relation to how it deals with other sectors and how it's supporting the wider sports community, which obviously excludes football. And just to finish, on top of the funding that we have provided to the EFL, we obviously have significant commitments to the community which we've made good, and also funding to the women's game, over £1 million to the women's game, and funding from the Premier League to the National League ladder of £12 million as well. So we believe we are stepping up, we are looking after the pyramid of football. We're yet to reach an agreement, but I'm confident working with Rick, we can do that.
And then I'd also like to put the point to you, which was raised to me by an EFL club yesterday. They described your grants and loans as, I quote, pitiful, and the original conditions as outrageous. Now, I understand you've put 50 million on the table and 30 million of loans, I believe is the latest offer. What are you looking for the EFL to do in return?
Well, if I could just, if you mentioned that you think there are 10 clubs who won't make payroll this month, those clubs can come to us and talk to us immediately. Obviously, we prefer that to be as part of a holistic agreement. I don't think our proposals are pitiful. In relation to what it means in practice, if there is £20 million in grants and £30 million in interest-free loans, there are no additional conditions attached to them at all, beyond the fact that loan agreements always have an agreement in place, and they would work through our existing solidarity agreements, which have pre-existing conditions attached to them. But there are no additional conditions attached to our League One and League Two offer, or indeed to the discussions we're having with the EFL relating to a wider offer to Championship clubs. So in practice, what it means is we can make money available now to clubs that need it, and we can work with the EFL, and we've always thought there would be a panel in place in order to be able to ensure that the funds were going to the right places and being used in the right way, to ensure that clubs don't need to suffer distress or get to the point of administration. That is what we are trying to avoid, and also to keep the seasons on track in order to preserve economic value and to preserve fans' interests and all of those things. We are huge supporters of the pyramid. We understand its importance. The Premier League sits on top of it. We want the pyramid to remain strong. If we can get through this next period, which I fundamentally believe we can, we just need to come to an agreement on how that can best be done. We took the decision to move to pay-per-view, and now we are reviewing that decision. We've listened to feedback, and whilst we're not able to announce anything today, we will be changing direction and moving away from it, and taking another step probably to see us through both lockdown, the Christmas period, and into January.